shaping up to be an exciting Saturday night in the crypto markets, and hopefully the momentum is still going strong as you're watching this. Here's the buzz. Several top chart analysts are saying XRP is on the brink of a major breakout, with one even claiming it's ready to explode. Another well-known voice in the XRP community predicts XRP could hit $20.00 this cycle. And honestly, it's not as wild as it sounds. Let's face it, if these analysts are right, we're in for a wild ride. Remember, we still haven't seen the legendary alt season yet this cycle, and that's when things really heat up. Some believe the window is opening right now, a fleeting opportunity to potentially build life-changing wealth. But here's the kicker. It happens fast, lightning fast. We're talking a few months at most. Even saying 3 months might be generous. This is the brief but critical moment of maximum opportunity, the perfect time to lock in profits. There's a lot to dive into, though. I've gathered insights from roughly 10 different XRP chart analysts, so if you're ready for an XRP deep dive kind of day, you're in the right place. Buckle up, because this one's going to be good. Before we go further, though, let me be upfront. I'm not a financial expert, and this is not financial advice. Don't make any buying or selling decisions based on what I say here. Always do your own research. All right, as I hit record, it's 7:39 p.m. Central Time, Saturday, May 10th, 2025. XRP is sitting at $2.47, but just 30 minutes ago, it spiked to $2.47. Bit of a dip, but hey, that's crypto for you. Blink and you might miss something. By the time you're watching this, maybe it'll be higher, fingers crossed. But if not, give it 5 minutes. Seriously, this market moves fast. As for Bitcoin, it's currently at $104,142.00. So yeah, it's climbing too, slowly but steadily. Check this out. This is pretty fascinating. The blockchain banker just shared a post featuring an indicator called the altcoin breadth flip signal. Try saying that 5 times fast. Here's the kicker. It hasn't been wrong in over 5 years, and it's now signaling that the market might be turning up. Here's what they said this morning. The 1-day time frame breadth indicator has just flipped to on. While it doesn't predict short-term momentum or whether prices will move sideways in the coming weeks, it has consistently confirmed market bottoms over the last 5 years, most recently last September. So that's right, everyone. The bottom was in last September, and things have been pretty steady since. Then came the election in November, and well, you know what happened. It was like lighting a fuse. Now, even if we have to wait a few weeks or however long it ends up being, because let's face it, timelines are tricky, this is the moment we're living in. The signs all point to yes, unless for the first time in 5 years, this indicator fails, which seems unlikely. Just look at the convergence of events happening on a macro level. Ask a seasoned chart analyst with a solid track record, please, and they'll give you countless reasons why we're in the moment, a pivotal point that could finally ignite the fireworks. It's what Raoul often calls the banana zone, the wild final leg of the cycle where things go absolutely parabolic. Bitcoin is set for one last explosive run, likely smashing its all-time high. After that, the spotlight shifts to altcoins, which will surge in market dominance. And let's not forget, XRP, it's poised to remain the star of the show, leading the charge in what promises to be a thrilling finale. Check this out. Mustache, a chart analyst, just dropped a post about the crypto total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, meaning all the altcoins. His take, alt season 2025 is officially here. Buckle up and enjoy the ride. In this video, I'm highlighting a few examples, but there's a flood of similar posts from other chart analysts echoing the same vibe. Masson has been consistently updating this chart, showing where we are now in 2025 compared to the last 2 cycles. The timeline looks a little different this time. The orange oval is broader than last cycle, which itself was wider than the one before it. But the pattern he's been predicting, it seems to be unfolding exactly as expected. Check out this post from chart analyst Tech Dev. He's diving into the crypto total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, so all altcoins. His message, most people don't fully understand what's coming for the altcoin market, and he's got a big point to make with this chart. What's he highlighting here? 4 years of compression, as he puts it. The wider the base, the higher in space. In other words, the longer an asset consolidates, the bigger the explosion when it finally takes off. And this chart, it's all about the altcoins. No Ethereum here. This is the total 3 chart. 4 years of buildup, hitting the apex. What happens next? You can feel the momentum building. This market is ready to move, folks. On a similar note, chart analyst Crypto Wizard has shared an XRP/BTC chart with a simple but powerful message. Here she comes. It's clear this one's gearing up for something massive. XRP slash BTC is making moves, attempting to break out of a falling wedge within its symmetrical triangle. And if it pulls this off, a major rally could be on the horizon. It feels like just a matter of time for XRP, doesn't it? Remember back in November when XRP made its first big jump against Bitcoin? That was the same time skeptics, armed with their XRP is dead chants, claimed it was destined to crash further against BTC. Well, they were wrong big time. If they paid attention to history, they'd have seen that was the exact moment XRP was gearing up to flip the script, taking Bitcoin down a notch, which it's done brilliantly. Bitcoin devastated. Sure, BTC gained some steam most recently, causing XRP to dip briefly, but XRP fought back, climbing once again. And let's be real, XRP isn't done with Bitcoin yet, far from it. XRP will keep proving its dominance, leaving Bitcoin in its shadow. XRP has a history of making big moves, typically with two major surges spaced about 6 months apart in past market cycles. The first big burst of this cycle happened in November 2024. If history is set to rhyme, we're approaching that exciting window for the next one. While timing is never guaranteed, the pattern suggests we're getting close. Even if it takes slightly longer, that's okay. History doesn't have to perfectly repeat itself. Analysts are poring over trading pairs and metrics, and many are drawing similar conclusions. We're entering a pivotal moment for XRP. The big question is, when? Could it be today, tomorrow, next week, or next month? Nobody knows for sure, but the anticipation is electric. Adding to the buzz, chart analyst Ali Martinez has noted something intriguing. The super trend indicator just flashed a buy signal for XRP. Here's an interesting bullish take for you. Charting Guy is back, revisiting his April 18th prediction about XRP. Back then, he suggested XRP might pull back slightly, possibly dipping as low as $1.90. He wasn't making any promises, but it was on his radar. Fast forward to today, and he's sharing an update with an XRP USD chart. According to him, XRP is on track. The lowest it hit was $2.07 on May 6th, not quite $1.90, but close enough to count. While he says a retest of the $1.90, $2.00 zone is still possible, it's becoming less likely as time goes on. His take, pullbacks from here on out will probably be minor. Fun fact, this is the same analyst who accurately called XRP breaking out of its cycle. Safe to say, his insights are always worth watching. Another analyst is feeling optimistic, suggesting we're likely on the verge of some major moves ahead. Any pullback, it could be a golden opportunity for those looking to stack more. Speaking of insights, let's check out a post from Crypto Insight UK. He's been keeping an eye on the XRP/ETH chart and points out we're sitting in the first key support area. There's even a chance we're seeing a bullish divergence forming on the 4-hour chart. While nothing is confirmed yet, he's sharing this so you can track it yourself. It's great to see him digging into XRP/ETH lately, because historically, when Ethereum starts surging against the dollar, that's often the spark that ignites alt season. And guess what? Ethereum is absolutely flying right now. Over $2,500, 0 cents, after dropping as low as $1,400, 0 cents not too long ago. That's a huge comeback. Naturally, this means Ethereum has been outperforming XRP against the dollar, leading XRP to lose some ground against ETH. But I told you this was coming. When Ethereum outperforms the dollar, it's no surprise, basic common sense, really. You don't need to be a chart guru to get it. I'm not, by the way. But here's the kicker. XRP is now stealing the spotlight. After being held back for years, it's finally unchained, untethered, free to shine, and wow, is it delivering. XRP is blowing the rest of the market out of the water in terms of performance, and it's not done yet. As the market surges, XRP is poised to either remain the top performing coin in the top 100, as it currently is, or at least hold its spot as one of the best. Either way, it's a win. The moment we've all been waiting for is here. Take this post from chart analyst Credible Crypto, for example. The XRP/ETH chart shows XRP hitting its first major target zone. Sure, it's losing a little steam against Ethereum now, but honestly, that was expected. I've been talking about this for the past couple of months, and he mentioned, let's see if we can get some relief here. If you're curious, he dives into more details and context in his latest YouTube video, which, by the way, I watched. It's a fantastic video, and if you haven't checked him out yet, look up Credible Crypto on YouTube. Trust me, it's worth it. The video runs about 55-56 minutes, and yes, he covers XRP in detail. One standout takeaway, he's adamant. Don't even think about selling XRP until it hits at least $10, 0 cents. He's brimming with confidence, predicting XRP could peak somewhere in the $20.00, $30.00 range, but until $10.00, he's holding strong. He's confident about what's coming next, and he's not holding back. He's warning that Ethereum could drop to a certain level. If you're watching the charts, you'll see what he means, but here's the kicker. He's not saying it will happen, just that it might. It's a possibility, not a certainty. In fact, in his video, he emphasized how risky it is to short XRP, ETH, or really any pair right now. Instead, his message seems clear. If you're looking to accumulate and that drop happens, it could be a golden buying opportunity. That got me thinking about what I've been seeing in the XRP charts lately. Sure, he was talking about ETH against the dollar, but the idea still applies. And then there's this from chart analyst Bobby A. XRP is in a macro uptrend versus ETH. His take: what's good for Ethereum will eventually be even better for XRP. I couldn't agree more. Even though XRP has been down recently, that's not a bad thing. It's actually normal. The charts are just playing out as history shows they should. So yeah, seeing the dip doesn't worry me. It's part of the process and it just makes sense. Despite some short-term fluctuations, XRP is still riding a strong macro uptrend against ETH. If Ethereum performs well and altcoins surge alongside it, XRP is primed to thrive. It tends to outperform in bullish environments, which is why some believe what's good for ETH will ultimately be even better for XRP. Spot on analysis right there. Now let's dive into what influencer Virtual Bacon, great name by the way, had to say. With 195,000 followers, he's clearly a voice people listen to. Earlier today, he dropped a bold prediction. Ethereum is heading to $10,000 0 cents this cycle. Meanwhile, some are already doubting after just a $500 0 cents rally. His parting shot, it's luck. For context, Ethereum's last all-time high was a little over $4,800 cents. Call it $4,850 cents or so. So a $10,000 cents target would mean more than doubling its previous peak. Not bad. Meanwhile, the modern investor, a respected figure in the XRP community since 2016, weighed in. This guy's been deep in crypto longer than most, building his channel and covering XRP relentlessly. Here's what he had to say. He reposted saying, Ethereum to $10,000 0 cents this year. If that happens, Cardano could hit $15 0 cents and XRP might soar to $20 0 cents. Honestly, it sounds pretty reasonable. Now, I'm not here to make price predictions, but let's break it down. If Ethereum actually reaches $10,000 0 cents and XRP matches it in market cap, $20 0 cents for XRP is absolutely on the table. Historically, XRP and Ethereum have matched market caps multiple times, so this idea isn't far-fetched. I wouldn't be shocked to see history repeat itself. Here's an interesting take from chart analyst Dom, who shared a Bitcoin dominance chart. He captured it, Bitcoin dominance updated, staircase up, elevator down, and he's spot on. The chart shows Bitcoin dominance steadily climbing since late March, step by step, then hitting a peak only to plummet suddenly, like taking an elevator down. This pattern is exactly what you'd expect when alt season kicks off. It's a classic setup. So the blockchain backer talks about altcoin momentum opening up. This is why it all lines up. But hey, let's not rule out the potential for Bitcoin to climb even further before the real altcoin fireworks begin. Some analysts I follow have pointed out that we might be nearing a critical support level with Bitcoin seemingly backtesting it. Could this be a setup for a bounce? Maybe. To be clear, I'm not speaking for Dom here or suggesting he's predicting this, but there's chatter that Bitcoin could recover from here after testing support. We'll just have to wait and see. On the flip side, others believe Bitcoin might keep slipping, giving altcoins more room to shine. Either way, if you're an altcoin holder, this could be your moment. This is exactly the action you want to see. Bitcoin can climb in price while its dominance declines. That's not unusual. It's how the market often plays out. Speaking of updates, here's a post from Dom on XRP. Bulls have reclaimed the quarterly VWAP and pushed to the 240S. Just as predicted, price has now hit one of the most critical levels yet. We're talking a cluster of VWAPs from the past 4 months, the all-time high VWAP and the POC support of the entire range. If XRP flips this zone from resistance to support, it's game over. And that's the near above means price could rocket upward in no time. So here's the deal. If this level holds and resistance becomes support, this could mark a huge momentum shift. Fingers crossed it's above that level when you're reading this. You're in the future compared to me after all. If it is, Good news, really good news. Chart analyst Steph is Crypto weighs in, calling this the XRP momentum switch, and even suggesting $10.00 might be on the horizon. Why? Let's talk MACD. Yep, the MACD, which is not just a technical indicator, but also dropping some hot beats on this chart. It just flipped again, and last time that happened, November's rally took off, and now it's looking like deja vu. More confluence, more momentum, more potential for XRP to make some serious moves. The answer, my friends, it's looking like a resounding yes. Chart analyst Dark Defender is back with another update. XRP made a clear breakout on the weekly chart, surpassing $2.22 and hitting $2.36. A correction was expected, and it dipped to $2.07, right around the $2.00 target zone. Monthly wave 5 is now moving full steam ahead. Interestingly, the $2.07 and $2.00 target align with what another analyst charting guy predicted. It didn't drop quite that low, but it didn't need to. A dip is a dip, and the setup remains strong. Dark Defender notes that the weekly Relative Strength Index, RSI, is set to turn bullish this week, reinforcing the projection of XRP reaching $5.85 to $6.39. Ah, yes, please. Those price levels could be absolutely life-changing for so many people, myself included. If XRP hits $5.85 to $6.39, just wow, that's buck wild territory for me. I went all in on XRP, stacking for years. Now I'm more than ready for this moment. The wave 5 is coming, and it's set to have its own roller coaster of 5 subwaves with plenty of ups and downs, but we're ready. Honestly, I can't think of a more thrilling time to be an XRP holder. This is it, the moment, the most exciting time ever, in my opinion. Now, let's talk about some insights from chart analyst Greg Crypto. He's been raising a cautionary flag lately, warning that XRP could potentially dip to around $1.20 in the short term, not guaranteed, but possible. To be clear, he's still a strong XRP bull and firmly believes that in the big picture, XRP is set for double jittersy price action this cycle. So even if that dip happens, it doesn't change the overall outlook. Interestingly, Greg is the only analyst I follow who's suggesting this scenario might play out. A few months back, Peter Brandt was sounding similar alarms, but let's face it, the guy has what I like to call XRP derangement syndrome. So I've learned not to take him too seriously. Ali Martinez had previously suggested we might see a dip to around $1.20 or $1.30, but that was weeks ago. And it seems like he's moved on from that idea. Honestly, it doesn't look like he's backing that prediction anymore. The only analyst I follow is still sticking to a call for that short-term drop is Greg Crypto. If it happens, he'll definitely deserve all the credit. That said, while anything's possible in this space, I've noticed that when just one analyst is making a bold, extreme prediction, especially one that stands out from the rest, it rarely pans out. Sure, there are exceptions, and I've pointed those out before, but for now, let's see how this plays out. Sometimes the minority opinion hits the mark. Personally, I take the time to review insights from a wide range of analysts. More often than not, the general consensus among them tends to be spot on. Now, let's talk XRP. Imagine for a moment that one analyst is right and it does drop to $1.20. Not because they want it to, they're an XRP bull after all, but because markets can be unpredictable. Even then, on the macro level, it wouldn't change their overall outlook. Here's what they had to say in a post this morning. XRP crossroads, even if XRP dips that low, remember, it's just macro noise. Yes, macro noise. Read that again. It's noise, not the real trend. Short term, XRP must close above the red line and consistently hold between $2.41 and $2.45 to show real strength and break out of this bearish trend. That's how you tune out the noise and focus on the big picture. XRP needs to close above $2.96. Yep, and that key level, $2.41. Lines up with what several other analysts have been saying. If this level turns into solid support, you can toss the worst case scenario right out the window. Wouldn't that be nice? Like I mentioned earlier, let's hope it stays above that level by the time you're watching this. Fingers crossed. Either way, it's not going to derail anything major. It's honestly an exciting time to be an XRP holder. You've got to love moments like this. We'll keep tracking it. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't go buying or selling anything just because of what I say. Seriously, that would be a really, really, really bad idea.